Hey y'all, what's up y'all? Greetings, greetings my beautiful souls. It is your girl Jess B, King Queen. Conscious Star is my newest moniker. Y'all know I love giving myself a multitude of nicknames, so but I'm back with another video. Hi my babies, hi my loves. I hope everyone is having a blessed and phenomenal and just powerful day, whatever that looks like for each of you. I hope it's happening. I am on my way to the bank. I'm running some errands today. I'm on my way to the bank right now. Then I have to go to Walmart to do an exchange because I bought some sweatpants yesterday that were large, thinking that I needed a large. Kind of forgot who I was for a second. Then I lost all this amazing weight. Only to get home and try them on to realize that they are too big and your girl needs a medium. So I'm going to Walmart after I go to the bank to exchange these pants. Hopefully they don't give me a hard time. Walmart and I have kind of a history. We had a bad breakup at one point and they be trying to give me a hard time when I go in there to make my returns or exchanges. Not even my returns, I just go in there to do exchanges and they be trying to play your girl. But let's talk about how to make 2020 your most joyful and productive and life-changing year yet. So I'm going to share 5 tips from Sadhguru Jaggu Vasudev, my boy. I know I love me some Sadhguru Jaggu Vasudev. So he recently released a video giving these 5 tips on how to create a joyful year this year. And I kind of added that these tips also will help make you more productive. They'll help bring fullness and potency to your life and just bring you more life. These are really, really great tips. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right in to tip number 1. And I'm going to do these in the opposite order that Sadhguru gave them, only because that's just how I want to do them. I think it'll flow better if I do it this way. But so tip number 1. At the end of your day, no, actually, I'm going to start from the beginning. At the beginning of your day, when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself this one simple question. Today, for today only, shall I be miserable or shall I be joyful? Shall I be miserable or shall I be joyful? I would dare say 99% of the people, I dare say 100% of people in the world, but yeah, I don't know everybody and how everybody's life is, but I know at least safely 99% of the people in the world, if they wake up and ask themselves that question, they would, at least with some part of their brain, agree that they want to be joyful for the day. So make that choice. It really is that simple as you saying, you deciding within yourself that today, in response to whatever happens, you're going to be a joyful soul. You're going to be a joyful person. It doesn't mean you have to walk around happy and smiling. Being joyful and being happy are 2 very different things. And being joyful is not necessarily a goal. It's more of just a state of being where within your mind, you're being pleasant to yourself, which in turn will make you pleasant to those around you. Within your mind, you're not doing or saying stupid things to yourself. You're in a state of constantly feeling grateful and gracious because you're joyful. So it's kind of a constant state of being. So make that choice every single morning when you wake up. Decide for yourself how you're going to be that day, just for that day. And then, you know, as if you're anything like me, if you come up to, you know, moments in your day that really test your resolve to be a joyful person, just remind yourself when you feel yourself getting off track, remind yourself, nope, today I chose joy. I chose joy today as a conscious thinking co-creator with the universe. I chose joy. So that's tip number 1. Number 2 would be at the end of your day, you're going to want to sit up in bed and reflect on how you moved throughout that day. And what I mean when I say how you moved throughout that day, Sadhguru suggested looking over 3 points specifically about your movements throughout that day. The first point you want to consider is how many times throughout the day did you bloat yourself to be larger than the universe? So, you know, everything on my channel is coming from a premise rather of existential existence, self-actualization, and things of that nature. So if you are of that mindset, then you already know what I mean when I say bloating yourself to be larger than the universe. But just to break it down briefly, a lot of times when we are not awake at all, or when we're only partially woke, we tend to think that what's happening in our life is the biggest thing that's going on in the world. You know what I mean? And that doesn't mean that we don't think that there are bigger problems in the world, but we think that in our world, what the fudge? Oh, girl, this dog's like a whole wild cat out here. I'm glad they honked and he needed to go back across the doggone street. But sometimes we think that even within our world, whatever we're going through is just way, way worse and bigger, and a bigger deal than what it actually is. And so what Sadhguru meant when he said not to be bloating yourself to be bigger than the universe is to keep in mind that your existence is merely like a microparticle. And out of all of creation, you know what I mean, out of everything that's hanging in the sky in our universe, we're rotating around the sun, everything's moving around us in space. Our existence as human beings is just a micro particle out of all of the things that the Creator has made. So there's no way in the world, when you really step back and look at how big you really are, there's no way that you can really allow yourself to keep thinking logically, this problem is as big as I think it is, because you realize it's just not. It may feel like it at the moment, but it really isn't. This doggone line at this doggone bank, girlfriend. What the hell's going on up here? Why is she getting out of her car? No. Okay, so I'm at the drive-thru at the bank. There's 2 lanes open to go through the teller drive-thru. The van that just pulled up into the first spot in the lane that I'm in. Okay, and then there's a lane to the right of me. There's a van in the second space in the lane to the right of me. She just got out of her van and handed what looks like were her transaction papers to the van that's in the first lane. First spot in my lane. Hopefully that made sense to you guys, but wow. I always, as long as I've lived here in this town, I always think that I've seen it all. Nothing else could surprise me about how people act or what people do that is just so... And she's getting back out to give them more stuff. I knew it. I knew it. She just got out of her van to ask the car. Oh my God, I gotta show y'all. She just got out of her van to ask, Susie. Oh, Susie. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? She looking at me like I'm crazy. Y'all doing all kinds of illegal shit in this mug. She just completely got out of the drive-thru. She just completely got out of the drive-thru, gave her transaction slip to the van in front of me, in front of the car in front of me. So now I'm going to go over in this lane, make sure there's nobody behind me. And I'm just going to go over to this lane here, my friends. So she just gave her transaction paper to the van in the lane beside me so that she could get out of the lane. Like, who knows? Maybe she has a very, very severe emergency where she can't sit here on Monday at 4:30 in the afternoon to wait for her transaction to be complete. Who knows? What do I know? Zero. Okay, so we're reflecting on how many times throughout the day did you allow your ego to inflate yourself or bloat yourself to be bigger than the universe. Also, consider how many times during the day did I look at the people around me without any sense of involvement, without actually feeling like, or being able to acknowledge or being aware of the fact that we're all connected. They are me and I am them, and we're all the same. You know, they're a reflection of my reality. Girl, first of all, these curls, okay, came all the way out. Thank you. These curls are about to be showing off. And then the third thing that Sadhguru said to reflect on at the end of your day is, so it was looking at others without a sense of involvement, inflating yourself to be bigger than the universe. And then, oops, my turn at the bank. Which, this is a blessing, because I was the third car in line, and then I almost became the fifth car in line, and now I'm the car in line. So I just need a pen. That's what I need, is a pen. I'm trying to think of what the fifth one was. I remember what the third one was. Alright, let's see.
Hello, how are you?
Yo, I don't know what's going on at this bank today. I know the bank's been closed because of the holidays, so people are kind of being a little impatient, but sheesh. Y'all, I've been working on manifesting just receiving checks in the mail. I've been working on receiving checks in the mail. And I'm not going to show you the amounts, but here I have received 3 separate checks. In the mail, unexpected, with no effort needed on my part. And yeah, manifestation works all the time. You might as well do it consciously.
What are we doing today?
I just want to deposit all of that into my Cash Points Global. The cash amount is $170.
Okay.
And then can I have a receipt with a balance?
You said you want the balance?
Yes, after you're done. Thank you. So what was the last point? Oh my goodness. He said, but he said that the purpose of sitting in your bed at night and going over, you know, how many times you did these things throughout the day is not to beat yourself up or to, you know, give yourself a reason to feel bad or shameful about, you know, oh, I messed up this many times. But he said to pull these, you know, extract these different moments out of your day as you're going over your review, and then laugh at it. Laugh at those things, and you'll turn them into manure. You'll turn them into a fertilizing substance for your growth, basically. And you can kind of realize how many times you've done that. Like you did those things throughout the day and realize, man, okay, that was me being less conscious than I should have been, less aware than I should have been, and kind of make it a joke. And, you know, do that every day, and it'll help you to tune your days to being more conscious and more aware in every moment, as opposed to having more moments when you're asleep. The third thing that you can do this year is take time to define for yourself, back and ask yourself, what are 3 qualities that I feel like make a human being wonderful? I've came up with 3. I have my own 3 qualities. But the point of this exercise is for you to define it for yourself. Define 3 things that you think make a human being wonderful. Thank you, you too. And then every day work on being those things. Point number 4 is every day for the next, well, every month for the next 12 months, work on shedding 1 limitation. So we all know we have limitations. You know personally what your limitations are. So for every day, you know, he said, you know, to work on shedding a limitation every month. I work on it as part of my daily routine. I just remind myself, you know, throughout the day? What is the one thing that I'm shedding for today? What is the one like imperfect response or a lesser response that I give? What is one thing I want to change? And it doesn't have to be something major like, okay, this year I'm going to stop smoking. No, right? Like a lot of people choose to quit smoking cigarettes as their New Year's resolution. And I think that that is such a noble, it's a very, very noble journey and an attempt to make, but very difficult. And it's very easy to set yourself up for failure that way, because cigarettes are such an addictive substance. Tobacco is such an addictive substance, and nicotine and all that good stuff. And to set that up as a goal, my turn signal is about to blow out. That's why it's clicking so fast. But to set that up for a goal, for a New Year's goal, it's very easy to become discouraged, because it's a hard thing to do. And some people feel like, well, I said I was going to quit. I said I was going to smoke my last cigarette, but here I am smoking Lucy's. What's the point of quitting anyway? Da, 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 da. You start beating yourself up because you failed that goal, because it's actually a very big goal to give yourself. So when you're looking at reducing or taking away one limitation a month, make them small. Start very small. Instead of saying, you know what, my anger is an issue, I'm not going to get angry anymore. Instead of saying that, try saying, setting a goal like, from now on, or at least for today, what I'm going to try instead is, when I get angry, I'm not going to get angry, but when I get angry, instead of saying what I normally say or acting how I normally act, I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to work on just closing my mouth. Or I'm going to walk away and just go take time for myself to meditate for 2 or 3 minutes and remind myself of who I am, what I am. Make the goal something smaller. You know what I mean? The idea is not to just, well, the idea is to, you know, go from your old self to your new self, but that's not something that you can do overnight or within a week or a month. Like, it takes a lot of effort and a lot of repetition and a lot of practice, because you've been the way you've been your entire life. So cut yourself a break. And I'm telling you the same thing I've told myself same things I tell myself. Like I said that, like I finished with my transition. Same things I tell myself almost daily. You know, sometimes I want to kick myself in the ass because I fall back into old ways or can't break certain habits. And I just remind myself, listen, you've been this way your whole life. Give yourself a break. Don't get frustrated. Love yourself unconditionally. Don't judge yourself. Be nice. You know what I'm saying? And just keep going. Keep working at it. Keep trying. So I'm giving you guys the same advice. Same thing I tell myself. Like I'm telling you guys. I'm about to get on the highway, so it might get a little loud. But the fifth thing, we're on the fifth thing, and that is, sit on your deathbed. I got so excited about that one because I remember it really. Sit on your deathbed. Now, this is the point that Sadhguru actually started with in his video, but I wanted to hit it last because I wanted to explain it a little bit further, and just because I thought it's like the most. Anyway, sit on your deathbed means a lot of times as human beings, we wait until the end of our lives to sit back and contemplate how we're living, how we lived, whether we did everything that was important for us to do, you know, whether we raised our kids right, whether we accomplished everything that we wanted to accomplish, how full our lives were, how meaningful our lives were. And Sadhguru basically suggests not waiting until the end of your life to do this. He suggests doing this routinely throughout this year to make this your most joyful and constructive and growing year yet. Sit on your deathbed and do it regularly. Ask yourself, not in any sort of morbid sense, like, oh, what if today were the last day of my life? Not like that. But sit on your deathbed as if I were on my deathbed, if today were my last day of life, or if today, you know, if I were on my deathbed, okay, got that. How would I feel about my life? Am I living my life according to the things that are the most important to me? Am I doing the things that I said that, you know, that would mean something to me at the end of my life? Is my life something that I'm proud of right now? Or what can I do to, you know, what can I change so that my life is something I'm proud of right now? Or so that I am pursuing things that, you know, have value to me, and that mean that will have value to me on my deathbed. And of course, you know, you don't know how you're going to be on your deathbed, what kind of person you're going to be on your deathbed, but you know, so you can't answer for 100% certainty of what you're pursuing now will be what you want to have pursued when you pass away. But the benefit of doing this now is that you're pushing hindsight. Instead of hindsight being something that you only have at the end of your life, you're allowing it to be something that you're consciously inserting into a part of your life when you can still change and do something about those things that you can't change or do anything about when you're on your deathbed. So sit on your deathbed, and sit on your deathbed frequently. Ask yourself, am I doing the things that matter most to me? Am I doing things that matter most to the legacy that I want to create? Am I leading the type of lifestyle that I would be proud of were I on my deathbed? Or am I leading the type of lifestyle that my kids could be proud of, you know, to tell their grandkids and great-grandkids about, you know what I'm saying? Ask yourself these questions, and then as you answer the questions, do so with love. Don't judge yourself. Don't be mean to yourself. Lovingly notice where you want to make corrections and make those corrections. And do this throughout this year. And you can start over on any particular step. You can choose one of those 5 steps and work on just one. I'm trying to work on all 5, but you guys know me. I love to take big bites of shit because I just think I can handle it. But I'm trying to work on all 5. So work on it with me. Let's see how great we can make our 2020. Like I said, I'm manifesting. I've been working on manifesting checks in the mail, and they are literally coming to my mailbox. Checks in the mail from unexpected places with little to no effort on my part being needed to to generate these checks. And literally it's happening just like that. So the universe is listening. Manifest consciously. And that's it for this video. More life and more abundance and blessings to you all. See you next time.